Hello once again guys, I hope you're all doing absolutely great and a very happy Halloween to you all. I sincerely hope that you're all doing something awesome this Halloween, whether you're trick-or-treating, just staying in watching scary films, or maybe you're going around to somebody's house for a Halloween party. Me myself, I'm going to be spending it all alone, but later on tonight I am going to be watching a scary film. I haven't decided what yet, but that is my plan. But first I am going to complete this Halloween video for you all. And once again, I would like to wish you all a very happy Halloween. I really do love this time of year, and as some of you know, I am a huge fan of Halloween, and I always like to celebrate the occasion on the channel with a video, and this year is no different. And in this particular video, I'm going to go over the questions that some of you guys asked, some of your spooky questions, and I'm going to give you my answers to those, and then we're going to go ahead and do the Halloween draw. For those people who submitted questions, there are some prizes up for grabs. And then afterwards we're going to catch up with Blue Deer, our Night Elf Druid from World of Warcraft, and she's just been doing her regular thing, doing some Hallows End things and getting drunk and eating pumpkins and things like that. So we're going to head into Azeroth a little later on just to say hi to her, and just so I can have a little bit more of a ramble, and probably once again wish you all a very happy Halloween. So without further ado guys, I guess we better go ahead and start up this year's Halloween Q&A. Okay, here we go guys, and I'd just like to say quickly a big thank you to all of you guys who submitted questions. I really do appreciate it, you taking the time to do that, and I will try and give them the best answer that I possibly can. And the first question on our list comes from Ozerworld, who asks, my favourite horror movie villain, Jason, Lecter, etc. Okay, so I would have to say that my favourite horror movie villain is, drumroll, Ghostface from the Scream films. Yeah, he's pretty much, or she in some cases, is pretty much my favourite horror movie villain. And I know some of you guys might be thinking, well, Ghostface isn't very scary, etc. But in my own defence, the question wasn't which movie villain I found most scary, it was just my favourite. And I do adore the Scream films, guys. I think I was just about the right age. I mean, I was too young to actually watch it at the time, but I still watched it, you know, as many people do. We don't always stick to those like 18 certificates and things like that. But yeah, I absolutely love the Scream films. And I studied film for a while in college, and even though nowadays we probably look back on those films and think they're maybe a little bit cheesy, or but I guess that's kind of the charm. I like that kind of charm about them. They have kind of like a dark humour, and I really appreciated that. But the thing I appreciated more was they kind of reinvented the horror genre, and they just took it in a totally different way, and they were playing totally off all the cliches from other horror films and basically calling them out on that. And I just thought they did it in such a great way. And yeah, they've always been a huge favourite around this time of year for me. And Ghostface is just an awesome villain, I believe. I just love his phone calls, or hair phone calls. I should say both of those, because there have been like male and female Ghostfaces in the past. But yeah, just like the humour and the taunting on the phone. Obviously the phone is like a huge part. You've got like Jason, and you've got Michael Myers, and you've got Freddy, and they've all got these, claws and knives. I know Ghostface has got a knife, but I think maybe his mobile phone, or her mobile phone, is like probably a bigger weapon in the long run. It just so much fear. What's your favourite scary movie? And I'm looking at you right now, and all that good stuff. So yeah, my answer to that would be Ghostface, although I do love Jason and Lecter and Michael Myers and Freddy and all of those guys. I kind of grew up with those guys, and I do enjoy watching those films immensely. So it might not be the answer that many of you were expecting, but hey. So yeah, Ghostface is probably number one for me, guys. And now onto a question from the RPG Kitty, who asks, have I ever been scared during Halloween night? And if so, can I share my story? Now I will do, but this will tie in with another question that's been asked, so I will touch upon this when I answer that particular question. But for now I will answer your second question, which is, have I had any ghostly encounters? Now this is a strange one for me, guys, because I'm not like a huge believer of ghosts. Like, I'm the kind of person who needs hard fact in order to believe something, I guess. And I would almost go to the point where I'd say I don't believe in ghosts, but I would never go that far, because we are mere humans and we don't know everything that there is to know. And even as amazing as our science is, maybe there's something that science just hasn't caught up with yet. But I will also say, guys, that one day I did get very freaked out. It wasn't on Halloween night, this was just like a random day, and I'm actually getting chills just thinking about it now, because I've never actually been able to explain this to myself enough to actually satisfy that I was just, maybe seeing things or something like that. But I will go ahead now and tell you the short tale of the encounter that I had, which was really strange. It's not really that scary, guys, but for me at the time it was kind of creepy. So basically, I was at my parents' house, and I was the only one in the house, and this was during the daytime, by the way. This was like mid-afternoon, and it was a really sunny day. And I was upstairs, which is where my old room used to be. I think probably on my PC. And as I said, nobody else in the house, and so I came downstairs for whatever reason, and basically you come down the stairs and you're into like a back room, and then you go through there into a hallway, and the hallway kind of leads off into various rooms downstairs. And so I came down the stairs into this back room, and then I walked to the door and turned to go into the hallway, and I swear, guys, I swear this is not for like the effect of this video, because it's like a Halloween video or anything. As I said, I'm pretty much a realist, and it does take a hell of a lot to convince me that something exists. I basically need it to be shown to me, I guess. Like, I won't just believe in ghosts because somebody said that they saw a ghost. I actually need proof, I guess. But yes, this one day, guys, so I came down through the back room to the hallway and opened a door to go through the hallway, and from like the front living room, I guess, there was like light shedding through the window and going onto the floor of the hallway, and it was like basically in obviously a rectangular pattern, because it was through a door, so that would make sense. And right in the middle of this like patch of sun on the ground was the shadow of somebody's head and shoulders. And the split second that I walked around that door, guys, I have actually got goosebumps all over my arms now, guys. This is crazy. But yeah, the moment I looked around that door, the like the shadow, I guess it was, just shifted straight away out of view and just went. And I kind of stood there for a second and was like, holy hell. And then I thought, wait, somebody's home. So I walked round and yeah, basically nobody in the house. And I thought, okay, so the light's coming through. This is me like explaining it to myself at the time. The light's coming through the window and somebody was like passing by or something, but then that didn't make sense because the shadow was like still until I actually looked around the door, and then it like kind of vanished as if somebody walked off really quickly. But nobody from the front window, I guess, would know that I was even there because I hadn't gone down the hallway to that door yet. I was still standing like at the back room at the very end of the hallway. I know it's really hard to get this across, guys, because I'm trying to like explain the layout of my parents' house, but I hope you get the picture anyway. So there would be no way that somebody at the front would know I was there, and if there was somebody there, basically they were just kind of stood in the window with the sun behind them, casting the shadow through the window, I guess, if somebody was actually outside, and if that shadow was from somebody outside the house. But I don't know, guys. And after that I did look out of the window and you can see basically the whole street. I mean, this is like only seconds after this has happened, I guess, after, you know, I've checked that nobody's actually home and stuff like that. So I looked out the window and yeah, there is absolutely nobody in sight, guys. And yeah, I don't know how to explain that one, and it might seem just a little bit abstract and not very eventful, but as I said, I'm not going to like frill it up with extra details and, you know, it had fangs and things like that. You know, I'm not that type of person, and I've always said that, you know, I need proof before I can even begin to believe in ghosts. But I hold my hand up and say that I could not explain what happened that day, and it was not a trick of the mind, guys. It really wasn't. That was somebody's head and shoulders, like the shadow of their head and shoulders. So yeah, that was pretty creepy. I've still got goosebumps right now thinking about it, but yes, I do wonder what it was that cast that shadow and why it moved suddenly when I walked around the corner. So yes, I will get back to your first question, RPG Kitty, I promise. It does tie in with another question that's been asked, but thank you for that question, and I hope that my answer to your second one was good enough. That has basically been the one and only time that I'm sure that something a bit strange has happened. You know, other things happen and they can be like really strange coincidences and things like that, because I'm pretty much a realist, but yes, I have no explanation for that. And because I know the layout of the house and how things work and where shadows would come from, yeah, I just can't explain it, guys. So yes, I was pretty freaked out. Okay, before I go any further, guys, I've just come to the realisation and the decision that I'm basically going to have to split this Halloween special into a two-parter, and I'm going to have to upload the second part tomorrow, and that is basically because we're already like 10 minutes into this video and I have like 11 questions to answer, and I've answered 2 right now, and taking into account that I've got to get all of this recorded, because I am actually recording this on Halloween, guys, so I've got to record this and edit it and get it rendered and uploaded and processed and all of that good stuff. And I really do want to get this out on Halloween night, or have something out on Halloween night to wish you all a very happy Halloween. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this video into 2, guys, and we are going to conclude our Halloween special tomorrow. So as I said, I've got 11 questions that were put to me, and I've answered 2 so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer 3 more in this video, and then tomorrow I'm going to answer the remainder. So if your question does not get answered in this video, please don't worry, it will be answered tomorrow, and every single person that has asked a question and said that they would like to take part in one of the giveaways, don't worry, you will be entered into the giveaway of your choice, and the results of the giveaway will be in that second video, which is going to be uploaded tomorrow, guys. So I'm not going to announce the winners in this particular video, guys. That was my original plan, but I'm just not going to be able to get all of this done in time and get it up for Halloween in one huge video. So I'm just going to split it into 2, and we'll just have like a little Halloween hangover tomorrow. I do actually have some more content that I still need to upload too. Things have just been pretty crazy here. So after Halloween, like going into November, during the first few days, there'll probably be still some more scary videos coming out on the channel. But yes, part 2 of this video will be out tomorrow, guys. So I'm going to answer 3 more, guys, and then we're just going to head into WoW, and we're just going to spend a little bit of time with Blue Deer doing some Hallows End stuff, and I'm going to have a little bit of a ramble, and then I'll get this video done and rendered and uploaded, and I will go and watch a scary film while it's rendering and uploading. Okay, on with the questions. Okay, and on to the next question, which is from IAMP. And IAMP asks, what is my biggest fear? So there are so many that I could give as an answer to this question, guys. I have some of the regular phobias that a lot of people have. I'm not a fan of spiders, and I don't like snakes either. I mean, it's not that I don't like them, I'm just terrified of them. Same with spiders. So yeah, those are like 2 big ones that I'm absolutely really terrified of. But from a very early age, well, probably not like a very early age, you know, probably like late teens onwards, I've had this like recurring fear, probably because I've read of some cases where it actually happens. But one of my biggest fears is being falsely accused of a crime and you know, locked up for a crime that I didn't commit. I mean, how crazy is that, guys? But yes, being falsely accused and arrested and things like that is one of my biggest fears. Like, you know, just taking the rap for something that somebody else did. Not that they like framed me or anything, but maybe, you know, if I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, I don't know. But that has always been a fear that's like been in the back of my mind for some reason, and I have no idea why or how that would happen at all. But yes, I know it's not really Halloween related, guys, but that is like just a fear that's always, like I said, been in the back of my mind ever since I was a young Pixels. But if we are talking in the realms of Halloween and vampires and werewolves and things of that nature, then I guess I wouldn't be a fan of zombies, I don't think. Yeah, I don't really like the idea of zombies, but to be fair, they don't really terrify me that much. Some of them do, like in I can't remember the Danny Boyle film, was it Sunshine? I think it was called. They moved really quickly in that film. When they're like moving really slowly, I don't find them that scary, but those particular zombies, they were pretty freaky. And also, you know, clowns are supposed to be like really funny and you know, family friendly and stuff like that, but I just find them really terrifying. And I'm a huge Stephen King fan. Tomorrow I'm going to show you my collection of Stephen King books in the next video, you know, where I'm going to conclude the Q&A and do the giveaway. I'm also going to show you my collection of Stephen King books, and I'm going to show you some of my horror DVDs too, some of my collection. So do look forward to that, guys. There's going to be some like IRL content in that. But yes, going back to Stephen King, it's not that long ago that I rewatched It, which is a pretty cool film and a really good book. If you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend you read It. And if you're not aware, guys, they are actually making a remake of It, which is going to be released next year. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I will be going to the cinema to watch that. So IAMP, thank you very much for your question. My biggest fear, or one of them, is being falsely accused of a crime that I did not commit. But I'm also not a fan of spiders and snakes and clowns and things like that. And have you guys heard about that craze lately? I know it's like sweeping America, and it's happening here in the UK too. Like, people are dressing up as clowns and just like terrifying people in the street at night. It's pretty crazy, guys. It's pretty damn crazy, and it makes me not want to go out. But yeah, hopefully you guys don't run into any clowns this Halloween. It's probably more likely to, seeing as a lot of people are dressing up. But hopefully not, guys. Hopefully not. Stay safe this Halloween. Please stay safe. And thank you for your question, IMP. Okay, and here's a question from Ryzen, and Ryzen asks, would I rather have no eyes or no mouth? Okay, fair enough, let's think about this, guys. Well, I'm going to bring you guys into this equation too. Let me put it this way. So if I had no eyes, then it would be pretty much impossible for me, unless I had help, of making like, well, I couldn't make Let's Play videos anymore, let's put it that way. But at least if I had eyes, then I could at least make Let's Play videos, although I wouldn't be able to do commentary. I know I'm just like linking this to YouTube, but outside of YouTube, I would just have to keep my eyes. I think they're like so important. Like, obviously, I mean, I'm just talking crap now with my mouth, and I could just not be talking crap now with my mouth, and it wouldn't make much difference, I guess. But yes, I think definitely I would rather keep my eyes, Ryzen. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to read or answer your Halloween question. So there you go. Yes, definitely, I would rather have no mouth. So thank you very much for your question. That was a pretty cool one, and it does give me a little bit of variety in the things that I'm talking about in these videos. So yes, thank you for your question, and good luck in the giveaway. Okay, and on to the last question that I'm going to be answering in this video. So remember guys, we have another 6 questions that I'm going to be answering tomorrow, as well as some more content, including my horror DVD collection and some of my Stephen King books, and there will be some other moments in there too. So be sure to come back tomorrow for the second part of this Halloween special. So the last question is from Dave M, and Dave asks, what is the first horror movie that irrationally scared you and possibly stuck with you? Okay, so guys, throughout my life, ever since, this harks back by the way to the RPG Kitties question about have I ever been scared on Halloween night, and yes I have, and on this particular Halloween night I watched this particular film and it terrified the life out of me, and ever since I've never watched it and not been scared. It just delves into my soul and just has everything that it takes to terrify me as a human being, because people respond to different things. Certain people like certain type of music and don't like other types of music, and I guess it works the same with horror films. Certain types of horror films affect different people differently, and this one I think is probably, in my opinion, the best of its kind of genre in what it's trying to do. And it's a very old film now. Well, it's not very old, but it's fairly old, and that is The Exorcist, guys. And I know some of you are probably laughing right now, but we live in a world now where there are so many horror films, and the amount of gore inside them, it's just like, it just makes some of those older films look really, really tame. But for me, everything about The Exorcist is totally opposite to all of that, because The Exorcist just works for me on so many levels. Like, as I said before, I did study film, and not that that makes me like any more of a film buff than anybody else. My opinion is not worth any more than yours, I guess. Everybody has their own opinion and everybody is entitled to it. But for me, everything about The Exorcist just touched me. It was like an icy hand on my heart, guys. It was just like, I just didn't want to watch that film, but I made myself watch it because it was Halloween night, and I was far too young to watch it really. Looking back, I wasn't 18 at the time. I'm sure most of you guys know that it was banned back in the day because there was just so much outrage about it. And but yeah, for me guys, like the sound design on that film is absolutely amazing, and the way that they actually did it, I'm not going to go into it, but there are a few making of documentaries that you can see on YouTube, and it will explain a lot about how they made the film and the techniques that they used, and just some of the effects that they created, guys. Like the sound design, especially when Reagan, the possessed child, when the demon's actually speaking through her, like they mixed crazy things like cows and God knows what else, guys, all types of animals, and to me it just sounds absolutely horrifying. Like a slaughterhouse inside a little girl or something like that. I don't really know how to put it, but yes, that film, guys, it just totally got to me. And yeah, I was fairly young when I watched it, but I know that it has touched a lot of other people too, and there is just something about it. Like when I watched that film for the few days after, I'm always kind of on edge, because it's one of those where it's like, it's about possession, so it's not like Michael Myers walking around the neighborhood with a big knife. It's about something more subtle, and it's about something that you can't actually see, and it's overtaking this little girl, and it could happen in your own house. I mean, like I was saying before, I don't really believe in that, but who am I to say what can and can't happen? So yeah, the sound design, guys, the actual set designs. I mean, when Reagan is possessed and, undergoing the exorcism, the room's so cold that you can see their icy breaths, and it's just, oh my god, every single scene. Even when they're like down in the basement and Reagan's talking to her mother, and she's got like a Ouija board, and it's just like, oh my god, everything, you're just waiting for stuff to happen, and it just builds and builds and builds to this big final exorcism scene. And oh god, I was just absolutely terrified. I don't think I've ever been as terrified as I was when I first watched that film, like IRL or film wise. Either way, nothing has ever affected me like The Exorcist did. And I can remember a film critic, he put it pretty well. I think he felt pretty much the same about The Exorcist, and he just basically said it's like an evil film. I don't think he meant that in like, you know, it shouldn't be shown, and you know, people should be ashamed of watching it, and the director should be ashamed of himself. I'm thinking he just thought, well, he basically said there is evil in the celluloid of that film. And if you do watch some of those documentaries, guys, some crazy stuff happened, like when they filmed, the set burnt down, and people started actually dying, you know, actually dying on set. It was pretty crazy, and just like the location and the characters and the mood. Oh, the mood, guys, that's the word I think I was looking for, just the mood. It just totally had me engrossed, and it got under my skin, and I think it's just remained there ever since. So you may laugh at me, guys, but we all have our own fears, and we are all affected in different ways. And for me, The Exorcist is pretty much the best horror film ever made, in the fact that it scared me more than any other. And just artistically, I mean, the direction is just amazing. I've read the book by, I believe it's William Peter Blatty, I think that's his name, and the book's just so great too. And oh, the film, guys, the film. So if you haven't seen The Exorcist, do watch it, and I'm sure you'll just laugh your way through it and think, what the hell is Pixels so scared about? But you know, I can like watch the Saw films and not be remotely bothered at all, and other films that probably terrify other people won't even bother me whatsoever. But yes, for me, guys, definitely The Exorcist. Although it did introduce me to the amazing piece of music that is Tubular Bells by Mike Oldfield, that kind of became the theme of The Exorcist. But just on its own, guys, that's a really great album too. But I do digress. So yeah, guys, William Friedkin's The Exorcist, big thumbs up from me. Big shaking thumbs up, because I'm quivering with fear when I even think about that film. But yeah, for me, The Exorcist. So thank you, Dave, for your question. I really do appreciate it. And please do let me know if you yourself have a horror film that has possibly stuck with you too. So yes, thanks again for your question. And that will be the last question that I'm going to answer in this particular video. And so finally, here we are in Azeroth with our Night Elf Druid Bluedeer, and once again she is doing the rounds, doing all of the Hallow's End quests, and I recorded this just the other day. My plan was originally to try and get enough tricky treats to purchase the Feline Familiar, because if you don't know, around Christmas time I'm going to be doing a huge giveaway in game where I give away basically pets, and I've been doing lots and lots of farming in game. And in the coming weeks I'm going to be making a video kind of giving you guys an idea of some of the pets that are going to be up for grabs. I have got some pretty cool ones, and from now until Christmas I will be continuing to farm and to try and get as many as I possibly can. I haven't been buying them off the auction house, I've just been going ahead and farming them myself, because I thought that would be a bit more of a gift rather than me just purchasing somebody else's hard work. I'd rather wait for it myself, guys, so you know that Pixels23 has actually farmed that pet in your inventory. Okay, so back to the whole Halloween thing, guys. So yeah, happy Halloween once again. Sorry if I keep getting like off topic, that's just me generally. But I do love this time of year, guys, I really do. And I'm just trying to decide which film I'm going to watch tonight. Originally, I was going to watch Carrie, because I haven't seen Carrie in a long time. And then I thought, oh, I haven't watched the remake of Carrie yet. But I don't think I'm going to watch that. But who knows what I'll watch. But anyway, let me know in the comments if you're going to be watching any scary films tonight and what indeed they are. Or if you're going out trick-or-treating, let me know how you got on. Or if you're out partying and you're of age, don't drink too much and try and have a good time. And remember, guys, do stay safe this Halloween, but do also remember to have a hella good time, because that's what Halloween is all about. It's about celebrating the spooky and the strange and the scary. and yeah, eating candy and doing all that good stuff. So yeah, I am now going to get this video completed, guys, and uploaded, and then you can all watch it, and it will be out on Halloween night, and all will be well in the world. So yes, remember to check back tomorrow, because this is just the first of 2 parts of this Halloween special. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. I've really enjoyed making it, and I've enjoyed answering all those questions, and as soon as I get back from work tomorrow, I will start straight away on the next video, because I have like no plans tomorrow. So yes, the video will be out as soon as it's done. So once again, happy Halloween, guys. I hope you're having an awesome time, and I'll be back very soon. So until that time, you guys take care of yourselves, behave, and oh my god, what's that behind you?